So this is John again. I'm with the Cypress PSoC 6 Pioneer Kit, BLE Pioneer Kit. And this time I'm going to show an example, another example that they have from their batch of goodies. This one is the BLE with proximity. With this one, in the kit there's a series of jumpers. So you can take one of the jumpers and make a loop over here and connect it to this basically header right here. And this will be used to sense your proximity. So as your hand gets closer to it, it'll identify that. So I brought the project up. This is the BLE proximity. Again, when you have the CapSense and the LEDs, and here with the CapSense, what they've done is they have a proximity for that particular device there, and they've set that self-cap finger capacitance 0.04 picofarads. There's some advanced stuff there, no gestures, ADC, resolution 10 built in, so some of the basic stuff. And they have the BLE interrupts again, basically the same as the previous or the standard BLE, and then the E-Link as well. So I kind of like how they did this too, because they seem to make little backgrounds around the device that they brought in from the component catalog. So that's kind of a good way of doing that. Otherwise, it just sits there on a blank screen. And there's a timer that they've added too, and then all the connections. And then if we go over here to pins, you get to see where all the pins are connected for the CapSense, for the proximity. It's sitting up over there on P80, which is where that's connected. And then the connections for your E-Link device. There's an advertised device or pin, and then the LEDs. And so down here, let's go back here. So inside the CM0 file, it's basically pretty simple. They did a start, looking for it and make sure that gets successful. Then they enable Cortex M4, else they assert. And then they just enable the process events, and it basically goes into de-sleep, waiting for an interrupt. And that's pretty much what they have inside here. So the rest of it should have been brought in through the drivers that were done through the top level design. So once you've done this, and then you've gone through and did the build generate application, that'll build all the drivers and bring all the code associated with this. And then all you have to do, like in your main, is just reference the interfaces. It's pretty much that simple. I'm not quite sure how stable or anything with the code, but it seems to work for the examples. I'd imagine on a production, probably want to make some adjustments, perhaps. Don't know. But that's kind of cool. So this should already be built. I'm going to go ahead and program the device. And it should flash. Shouldn't take too long. Let's see if our screen changes. I know you can only see half of it. So the E-Link display should change. This thing comes back up. It's programming, it's programming. Certainly not the fastest thing in the world. All right. There we go. We got LED. It's advertising for the Bluetooth. So I bring up CySmart again. And we'll go over here and select our dongle. Good. Go connect to it. Scan for devices. Pick that up. We're going to connect to it. We got the blinky LED. So it looks like we're connected. Discover attributes. And then all our attributes come back up. Again, just to check it. Here's our BLE proximity. So that's and identify that we have the right code. We can come down here. It's one of these. Yep, CapSense Proximity is this particular device here. got to notify. So it's just set to notify. And if we enable all notifications, we should see some cool stuff. So as we get closer to it, as you can see, the values changed. As my finger gets closer to it, it should start running. There it goes. So it's pretty sensitive. And then it's maxed out as soon as I get that close. So it starts identifying it. And then as soon as I get about that far, it goes full on. So this is kind of cool. You can have this set for some sort of, you know, touch sensitive stuff where you're not actually physically touching something, like when you just get close to it. It could be for pretty much anything, something that's sensing as something gets closer to it, and maybe to help prevent something from actually touching something that it's not supposed to be touching. Or it could be, you know, a touchless way of opening a door or enabling some other device. So that's kind of cool. Or if you're a big Jimmy Page fan, I can imagine you could probably put some sound on there and do like he does on Days of Confused, right? So his little worry thingy. Um, so that's a pretty simple example of that. That's a proximity feature on this BLE Pioneer Kit. Um, Another goodie that they have on there with all the sensors and indicators and other ways of testing out the BLE with another type of device. So just wanted to go ahead and show that, and so that's pretty much it.